I think we are talking about relevance. I mentioned context just now. I think the best person to chime in on this is probably Minoli.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Minoli will definitely share with us, how do you make your content more relevant to people? Because SEO brings people to where you are.
Yeah.
But the key is, can you
So,
keep people there longer, right?
so that's a big conundrum a lot of us have, right? A lot of businesses, not just content marketers, businesses, right? Because, yeah, we focus too much energy sometimes on just bringing the people in, and then we overlook the fact that you need to give them really good content to stay, right? So one point that Eugene made earlier when he was talking was right for humans, right? Yes, it is important to include those keywords, to do your keyword research, and create content or find out what types of content you should create. But one key point you shouldn't be forgetting is right for humans. Okay. And that kind of brings me, I want to actually give some value and mention a few hacks, content marketing hacks, right? Or content copywriting hacks you can try when you're creating content. And just to answer Jocelyn's question of how do you keep people, so one thing is right for humans. Okay, don't forget the audience you're writing for. Understand the audience you're writing for, right? And if you don't have a really good understanding about who you're trying to target, you're going to bring in everybody, or people who just go for clickbait articles, right? And you're not going to really serve them once they get onto your website. So yes, right for humans, answer a question that they are trying, that they really want to, that they want answered. Aim to like figure out those big problems they're having and answer those questions. And if you really think about it, it's not rocket science. You're really talking to your audience. Okay, always remember you're a human first. Talk to them on it, at that level. And then another a bit of a technical tip is to write in-depth articles. Okay, so yes, the trend is always, because people's short attention span, people are, that's why video, I mean, and Jocelyn, you can vouch for this, that's why people, more and more people are watching video, right? However, if you want to rank, if you want your, if you want people to, like, yes, you're writing for humans and video is a good way to kind of connect that. However, you also want to kind of get those keywords and get people reading, right? Get the machine to understand you as well. And that is one way of doing that, is write in-depth articles. Okay, so there was a research done, and it was said that words, any kind of blog post or any kind of content that has 2000 words or more is beneficial. Okay, so that's a lot. That's a lot of words. So on average, the article I would write for a client, and a client would say, hey, nothing more than 1,000. But then, I advise them, go above that, try 1,500 words. Why? Because, you know, um, it's a plain and simple fact that Google loves in-depth articles, right, Eugene? So,
Yes.
when it comes to SEO, loves that, right? And your potential clients also love that, because the thing is, you can, the way you kind of bridge that and not make that a boring article is to remember that human element. Answer questions throughout your article, right? Answer questions, relevant questions. So if you're talking about a certain topic, right? Throughout your article, aim to answer. Don't ramble on and don't create it in one big chunk, right? Put subheadings. Google loves subheadings too, right? So put subheadings in there, bullet points, infographics, make it interesting and drive people through, so that they keep scrolling. And then also another thing to remember, another hack, is don't forget your calls to action throughout your article. So don't think that a call to action just needs to appear at the bottom. Okay, throughout your article, kind of insert calls to action, links to other parts of your website, so that should somebody drop off at some point, you've given them something, you've at least given them a segue to one of your other pages, right? So that increases your time on site. It increases the number of pages consumed. So if you're always, us marketers, we're data driven, right? So if you're looking at the data, you want to see those numbers, you want to see increase on page, you want to see increase on site time, in terms of time. So things like that will increase that data as well.
Yes, and I like the fact that Minoli said that you need to identify your target audience here's the problem with a lot of business owners, right? They think that everybody is my target audience. If I have if I have anything, everybody is my target audience. That is very difficult to, as what we say, to write a message that sounds personalized enough that the person will stay on the content long enough, right? And that's why we have a good balance. And also videos, right? People just say, oh, video marketing is the next thing. So is it you just roll out videos, or you have to also plan your content? That's why we have assembled together to really address all these very practical business issues that people face, right?
Whatever content you put out, it should correctly attract the customers that you want, and not everyone. Yeah. Similarly, even if you can say TV ads is very net casting method, right? But still, the content you put in the ad, you want to attract the right people. Yeah. So I think like what Minoli shared just now with all her, the techniques that she shared of engaging people, how to better be found, like by answering people's questions, right? End of the day, like she said, it's really not rocket science. You just put yourself in the shoes of your potential customer and what problems they might have.